so much easier to hole up and to not have to deal with that stuff. And a lot of times during weight loss mode, you can avoid a lot of that, and it is easier. But should you really miss your husband earning an award and an award banquet at work, and he's asking you to accompany him, and you don't have anything to wear, and you don't want to be there, you don't want to deal with the questions, the comments, you don't want to deal with the pressure, and people are drug pushers. Like, they
Oh,
will push, their food pushers, and they're so mean. I can't believe people can get away with saying some of the things that they say.
I'm Cristy Code Red, and you're listening to Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle, where we believe food holds the power to heal or poison, and we believe our society has been misled regarding proper nutrition and weight loss. You're in the right place if you're looking for some straight up truth, because I'm here to shed light on the lies and brainwashing that has taken place over the past 5 decades. Thanks so much for listening.
Welcome back to another episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. I'm your host, Cristy Code Red, author, entrepreneur, retired professional boxer, here with Carrie. Thank you, sis, for joining me.
I'm excited. We have a fun topic today.
I'm actually excited about this topic. I'm going to need you to help, really, because you know more about this, but I'm excited to talk about it because I think it's really going to bring a lot of hope and healing to you guys. But first, you'll notice that Carrie and I have on our Swannies. I am wearing we're both wearing the day wear. We're both wearing the day wear Swanwick sleep glasses. So this blocks the blue light during the day. And then Carrie is wearing the tinted night Swannies that blocks the blue light at night. And you can see that they're tinted and mine are clear. And this reduces your eye strain. But Carrie's, while wearing them at night, will help your body continue to make the melatonin, because blue light blocks melatonin production.
Pretty clearly. And even just getting up to go potty and flipping on the bathroom light can stop melatonin production. You really want melatonin to kind of ease you into sleep. It stays at a certain level all night, and then it starts to dip down as your cortisol comes up and wakes you up in the morning. So you really need these, and these are great quality glasses. I want to show you from being an optician. They have a spring hinge on them. Yeah, so they're great quality. You just don't want ones that will snap. And so it's a really well-made frame. I've been really impressed with it.
Yeah. And they have different styles, different things. They have fit overs, they have prescriptions, they have kids. So you can get a discount by using the code REBEL15. I'll link them up in the show notes. I'm going to take mine off because my eyelashes, as you can see, are so long, they're hitting and they're getting clogged. So we wanted to bring that up about Swanwick. And today, our topic, are you guys ready? We're going to normalize weight loss anxiety. Normalize weight loss anxiety. Now, sis, I got a true confession here. We've all lost different amounts of weight here. Like, did I say that right? Carrie lost over 100 pounds and has kept it off for almost a decade. And I lost 20 pounds. I was 20 pounds overweight when I created Code Red. But that don't get hung up on the amount. It's just that everybody's got the weight loss anxiety. But I didn't even really know this was a problem, sis, until you really started paying attention to our community and you saw people were struggling with this.
Right. I was talking on we have a page just for people that have purchased custom programs on Facebook, and it's called the custom program page. Anyway, and I was talking to them about weight loss anxiety and what I had experienced. And oh my gosh, I just was mentioning it as hey, if this ever happens to you, and you would not believe the response I got, which made me go, this must be, if the custom program is a slice of the Rebel community, which we have a big Rebel community, this must be an issue. This must be something that people are struggling with. This must be something that people talk about, think about. And I want to normalize it, because I think sometimes we're just like, I'll get in there and I'm Rebel strong and I lost 120 pounds, which is our theme. We're very like in your face, aggressive, get it done. But I think that we have to talk about, as a group, as a community, what it feels like to experience anxiety when you're in weight loss mode.
Well, sis, I had no idea that people were dealing with this. And and everybody knows this, and nobody knows me better than my sister does, but I am very black and white, and I don't see things very well from other people's point of view. And that's why Carrie's so good for me, because she brings, and Jade, my assistant, and Andrea and the other members of the Code Red team, they bring a perspective that I just didn't think about it. And I said, and Carrie said, we really should talk about normalizing weight loss anxiety. And I said, wait a minute, what? And she goes, sis, she said, there are so many things that are difficult that bring anxiety when you're in weight loss mode. So we want to bring those up to you so we can talk about it. Let's get it out and let's help you learn how to deal with this.
One of the things that I noticed the most, Cristy, and is that it surrounds situations. And now, just because I didn't experience all these forms of anxiety doesn't mean that you aren't going through these forms of anxiety. And please know that they're normal. It's okay to be anxious. You need to reach out and get, just talking about it is huge. Just saying I'm having anxiety makes a huge difference. So here are the things. Here's my first experience with weight loss anxiety. And Cristy knows this story. I was in an airport. I was losing weight and I was coming to see Cristy. And it was like a traveling overnight or early morning or something. And I got really hungry. And, since we've been doing this program, we've come up with awesome tips and tricks and help. And I mean, we got travel guides, we got lists of stuff you can pack. And we just didn't have as much of that way back then. So I reached out to Cristy because I had access to her, like the rest of you don't. Just teasing. I did. No, I'm just teasing. I'm special. I'm a VIP. And I said to her, Cristy, I'm experiencing so much. I'm so upset. I need to eat. I don't know what to do. I'm in an airport.
Well, you were almost like a panic attack.
It was like a panic, y'all. Like that is a great way of describing it. And I said, what do I do? And Cristy said, okay, stop. What do you see? I'm like, I see a Wolfgang Puck. And she was like, it was like 7 a.m. at the Anchorage, or I was stuck in Seattle, I think. And you said, walk over to the Wolfgang Puck, tell them you want 3 slices of bacon, ask them if they have avocado, and 2 fried eggs. You love fried eggs. I was like, yes, I do love fried eggs. Like here I am, how many degrees, taking care of people dying on ventilators. Like, I mean, I see you, but I couldn't figure out what I needed to eat. It was so weird. And so I went, oh, okay. I walked my little self over there and I just said, hi, do you guys have avocado? She's like, yeah, we have it. I'm like, can I have 2 fried eggs, 3 slices of bacon, and a little bit of avocado? And they were like, no problem. Boom, boom. I sat down and ate. Cristy said, your body was sending you clear signals that you were hungry, but I don't know what it was. I'm not a stupid person, but I got so anxious, Cristy, about being in the airport, not being at home, not having my equipment from home. I just didn't know what to do. And I did not want to screw up my weight loss.
Yeah. And I think a lot of you guys can relate to that. That is, and that's why we really want to prepare ourselves. I know that when I was working with clients one-on-one, I really helped them organize every part of their day I coached them for 16 hours a day. And I would want to know, I would have their flight numbers, I would have their layovers and everything. And I would actually map out what they'll be walking by at what time and what to order, and so it's so important to be prepared. But everything, she went into a full-on panic attack because she didn't know, and she didn't want to screw anything up, and she was so hungry. So I know you guys can relate to this. I can tell you that recently I have been going through some health problems recently, and part of what I was going through was causing my body to retain water, but not just any water, 10 pounds of water, and none of my clothes fit. And I needed to go to some big events. And I remember standing in my closet with none of my clothes fit. And I thought, oh my gosh, I've got to be there in 1 hour and I have nothing that will fit. And I had major anxiety. I remember, and Carrie was here at my house, and I was like, started to cry a little bit. She said, no, you're okay. No, listen, hey, you're going to be all right. We just got to get through this. You're just going through some problems. And so I had a little bit of a panic attack myself, just because what am I going to wear? And I'm going to be standing up in front of hundreds of people. So that, I'm sure you've dealt with in the closet, in your own closet.
Well, it's not like you ate 5 pounds of M&Ms to get that. That's what the frustrating thing is. When you overeat and then nothing fits. We always know why.
Yeah,
That doesn't
exactly.
fit. So here's the other thing that I noticed that caused me a little bit of anxiety when I was losing weight. Events. How many of you, just like what Cristy is saying, how many of you have experienced anxiety while you're in weight loss mode of surrounding events? And Cristy, I think it is this. I don't know what I'm going to eat. Okay, so don't eat. Cristy's giving you those tools. Eat before you go. What if people pressure me? That's a very real thing. And number 3 is, how am I going to handle what people have to say to me about my weight loss? So because of all of those things, yours may be a little bit different. It is very stressful. It's almost like, I remember saying to myself, because you guys all know my husband's active duty Army, and then they would have these hail and farewells. All my Army and military wives are like, yeah, we know. You go to a restaurant and everyone orders something to eat, and we say hello to all the new people formally. We give them, stuff. Then we say goodbye to all the families leaving. It's called a hail and farewell. Well, my gosh, you wouldn't be eating until 7:30 at night or 6:30 at night. And it's just way too late for me to eat. But if I don't eat, then everyone's like, oh, why isn't Sergeant Major's wife eating? Like, is she too good for us? Too good for Bobby's Seafood Palace? I don't know. I'm like, what am I going to do? It was a lot of anxiety I had around events. I would almost say, like, I just don't even want to go, Cristy. Like, can we just not have Sally's birthday party? Can we not have mom and dad's 50th wedding anniversary? I almost became like a hermit, because at home, I can control what I ate. At home, I could control what, there weren't people saying things to me. I can control. Social situations cause a lot of rebels anxiety.
Yeah. And it's almost so much easier to hole up and to not have to deal with that stuff. And a lot of times during weight loss mode, you can avoid a lot of that, and it is easier. But should you really miss your husband earning an award and an award banquet at work, and he's asking you to accompany him, and you don't have anything to wear, and you don't want to be there, you don't want to deal with the questions, the comments, you don't want to deal with the pressure, and people are drug pushers. Like, they will push, their food pushers, and they're so mean. I can't believe people can get away with saying some of the things that they say to people. I'm just amazed, but they do that. And so this is very real, and it's okay. And we give you the tools. We help you craft a line. We help you craft something to say. Of course, what I would say is different than what Carrie would say. It was different than what everybody's got their own personality. We help you. I even have a video I did one time on putting, the Moscow Mule copper cup, getting one of those cups, putting a lime on the edge, and actually just putting ice water in it and sipping it through the straw. People will leave you alone. So there are things you can do to keep people away and get through the evening.
Isn't it sad that we have to do that?
I know.
It's so sad. They're like, you ain't drinking with us. And you're like, well, I don't really. And I deal with, now, I'm not a big drinker, and that's not because of Code Red. We didn't grow up around alcohol. Cristy and I didn't. So neither Cristy nor myself are big drinkers. And again, I don't care. You want to drink, that's fine. I'm not going to judge people that drink. We just aren't big drinkers. And so I personally deal with, and it doesn't bother me anymore, but I deal with those comments all the time. You ain't having a beer with us? No, I'm not going to have a beer with you. Like, if I'm going to waste my calories, Cristy, it's going to be nut butter instead of a beer, for God's sakes. That's just me. So Cristy and I deal with the social pressure of not dealing. But again, we don't have a lot of non-Code Red events that we go to where everyone's drinking. I think that's the other big thing. Who are your friends that are giving you a bad time?
Thank you. Exactly.
That's what I mean, that has nothing to do with
those
this podcast.
Friends?
Yeah. Who are your friends that are mad at you because you ain't eating Taco Tuesday? Who are these people?
We should do a podcast called You Call Those People Friends?
We should write that down. Write that down.
Write that down.
But that's totally an aside, but that really bothers me that there are people in our lives that bully you into eating or drinking. I don't agree with that. Gosh darn it. Okay, that bothers me. But another thing. So events cause a lot of stress. What people are going to say, you need to have a line. It's okay to be nervous. You have a line. This is my line. Thank you so much for your concern. Or I already ate. I'm not hungry. I'm totally good. Thank you. Or don't say anything, because you don't have to justify what you're doing. But a lot of people can't be that bold in their response. And that's okay. I mean, everyone's at different spots in their walk, but it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to not to want to go things. And Cristy, the other area that I noticed causes a lot of anxiety are vacations. They'd rather just not take a vacation. Like, can we just not go on vacation? And do you know why I think that is? I think it's because we have seen, especially since I've been working for Cristy, that vacation is synonymous with eating. Why is vacation about eating? That's what I would ask yourself that. And I would also tell yourself, Carrie, you can go to Cabo San Lucas and you don't have to eat your way through every taco truck. Carrie, you can go on a cruise and you don't have to eat 24/7 just because it's there. So, but what I want to say to the rebels listening is that it's okay that causes anxiety for you. This is very common. This is why we've created help. There was no help when I was going through. Cristy and I went to Turks and Caicos on our own terms, and we did not eat our way 24/7 through every piece of food they had available.
Yeah,
So you
absolutely.
really
Right. And we're bold enough that we create vacations. At the time we're recording this, Carrie's getting ready to go on a trip with her husband, and they're going to vacation on their own terms. So we create vacationing on our own terms with the people that we want to be with, that line up, and that might not be your situation, where you might not be with family members who line up with your way of thinking. You're gonna have to be strong. You're gonna have to get through that. You are worth it. You can do it, but you've got to have a plan before you go. It is easier when it's just two sisters that eat pretty much exactly the same and have the same sleeping pattern, the same workout pattern, the same working pattern, and that's great. But not everybody can be so lucky.
Yeah. So we have, Cristy knows who I'm talking about. Again, this is the secret thing where we look at each other and we know who we're talking about. We know people that planned a Disneyland trip around, I kid you not, the food. I know people that have done like Guy Fieri's diners, drive-ins, and dives. They plan their vacations around where you're going to stop. Their vacation at this Disneyland was all about the food, y'all. So we're gonna,
Carrie, do Jim Gaffigan, sis. Do Jim Gaffigan.
He says, well, we're going to go on vacation. You're just eating somewhere different. That's all you're doing. And it's saying, I'm going to go down here. We probably should grab something to eat before we go. Do you think they have a snack bar at that event? And then we can grab something to eat on the way home. That's all you do is eat. He said, how can you go to Disneyland, walk 27 miles a day, sweat your hiney off, and still gain 10 pounds? Because you do what this family did. So the chocolate covered bananas, evidently really popular at Walmart. They're frozen. I don't know. Not Walmart, excuse me, at Disneyland, super popular. And so we're going to go on this ride, but the reason we're going is because we're going to stop at that one place and get those bananas. You didn't know that? And then you guys, I'm going to talk about food.
I mean, I did. It's just like, I guess I just can't believe it.
Yeah. I'm going to talk about food. So if that's a trigger for you guys, just so you know, then the Dole whips, you know, those pineapple whips, it's some kind of like an Orange Julius thing. I guess I've never had one, but they would say, then we're going to go to this show because we can get a Dole whip and eat it during this show. And then we have to go to breakfast with this princess because it's breakfast. You can't just go meet a dang princess. You got to have breakfast with them, and they do your hair or whatever. You wear a crown. And that, I am not making fun of these people. I'm just saying the entire vacation was around what food, and there is good food. I'm not joking. Like, it's decent food planned at Disneyland. Now, in contrast, Cristy and Mom and I went to Disney World. I had a conference when I was teaching at Western Governors University, teaching graduate students in nursing for them. I had a conference in Florida. Cristy and Mom met me down there, which was awesome, by the way. And I remember one day we were hungry. We're walking around. Cristy's like, you want to split a turkey leg? Oh yeah, we got one of those huge old turkey legs. It was perfect. Yes, we spent probably $47 on that turkey leg. That's all I'm saying. But you don't have to eat your way through every vacation. But if you're in weight loss mode and you go on a vacation with other people that aren't code red and they're doing the frozen bananas, the Dole whips, this cotton candy, this peanut, whatever, it would be very stressful to go on vacation and be around that all the time.
I hope us just talking about this helps you understand. Yeah, we're going to normalize the weight loss anxiety, vacations, events. Absolutely, that can happen. Trying on clothes in your closet. How about being in between sizes, sis? That might get some anxiety, and that's why we always tell our rebels, go to thrift stores, go to Goodwill, and don't go get a new when you're in between sizes, or swap clothes with another rebel.
There's another thing that causes people a lot of anxiety with weight loss. And of course, it just left my mind. You said sizes, clothes. Here it is. Sorry about that. It is so when you're heavy, you wear clothes that are baggy. Now, when you're very heavy, like I was, when you're 250 plus, you kind of do the moo-moo, you do the baggy shirts. And I get it, y'all. Like, I'm not judging you. I completely get it. So when you lose weight, and you start buying clothes that fit you, they are going to naturally come closer to your body. So that means that fabrics are touching your body. Some of you are laughing, but some of you know exactly what I'm talking about. That causes a lot of anxiety for heavy people that are heavy because they're not used to feeling fabrics that do this, Cristy, instead of hang way down. So they're not used to fabrics that come close to the body. So they feel heavier instantly. Even though the scale is showing you were a size 20, you're now a size 16. You're not heavier. Clearly you're not heavier. But those size 16 pants, they fit your hips. They fit your legs, which actually, let's be honest, they look better on you. I don't even know you, but I'm going to tell you, they look better on you.
Yes.
Baggy is not always better. Hardly ever is when you're trying to lose weight. But it's weird if you've been wearing LuLaRoe leggings and big 3X shirts and you go down to a size that fits you appropriately because you're losing weight and they skim your body and fit your body the right way, you may have anxiety about that and you may feel heavier. You're not heavier. Your clothes fit. But that is a very normal feeling. I hear this a lot from people and I experienced it myself. Wait a minute. No, Carrie, I'm not heavier. I'm a size 14 now. I'm a size 16 now. I'm just not wearing really baggy clothes anymore.
And Coach Lisa Kane came to one of our events as a coach. And I said, girl, your clothes are too baggy. And I pulled them out. And a lot of times you'll come to an event, one of my events, and I'll go to meet you and I'll tell you flat out, this is 2 sizes too big. And you lose the weight off your body, but you don't lose it off your mind. That's why we have the training course, Loving the New You, to help you get used to that smaller size. And you still see yourself as shopping in the plus size sections, and you're not. And so getting dressed for one of our Code Red events can cause anxiety, even if you're at goal weight, because you're just not used to those smaller sizes, and you don't know how you look, and you still see yourself as bigger. And a lot of people have anxiety getting ready to come to one of our events.
Absolutely. And what's interesting, Cristy, is that they say the feeling of clothing on their body, because they don't physically feel clothing on their body. It just kind of starts at the neck and goes way out. Right. So that feeling of that, not having that loose, baggy style is what also causes anxiety. I feel clothes on my stomach. I feel clothes on my back. I feel clothes on my legs. I'm not used to that. It's kind of like summer, or like being a nurse and wearing your scrubs all the time. And then you got to go put real clothes on. You be like, oh, how much weight did I gain? Yeah. It's having to wear real clothes is funny. I saw a hilarious meme about a nurse when I have to wear real clothes and they had this mismatched outfit of like jeans and heels and like a scrub top and a knot. And it was like, I don't know what to wear. And you may feel that way. You may be in a different size now, and you may not know what to wear. What looks good on my body? I don't know what this looks like for me. And that is completely normal. So I do understand your anxiety if that's what you're struggling with right now.
Wow, these are so good. These are so many nuggets that you're sharing with us and helping us understand. And I know that all this resonates with you. I can't contribute. I'll tell you, the couple of times that I've been overweight, I have fluctuated a little too high. And boy, I mean, the confidence goes down. I don't want to leave my house. I don't want to get dressed. So I do experience anxiety sometimes. But by us talking about it, by us bringing it up, by us acknowledging that it's happening, hopefully you will realize you are in good company, that people go through this, that there's nothing wrong with you, and that you can get through this too.
Absolutely. One more thing that just came to mind, Cristy, and we touched on this earlier, is you may, Rebel, be experiencing anxiety about what to say to people who want to comment on your weight loss, good or bad. So this is my best piece of advice for you. If this is something you suffer with, and I understand that, that's okay. It is totally normal. Do not stress about it. I want you to come up with your 2 responses. So your number 1 response is going to be if someone's paying you a compliment. And you need to come up with a response like, oh my gosh, Cristy, you look so good. And you're going to come up, and I want you to memorize it. If you have to write it, I was going to show like a 3x5 card. If you have to write on 3 or 5 card and memorize it, that's what I want you to do. So your first response is, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You look so great. Thank you so much. I started a program where we eat real food, drink water, and sleep. Thank you so much. That's all you need to say, or just thank you. But you need to have a response for the people that are being positive to you, because I do know that this causes anxiety. You need to have a response. Then if someone says something negative to you, like, oh my God, you're too skinny, or what are you doing? Why? I don't think
Why
it's
are you doing that?
Why are you drinking that much water? Why do you, I mean, people come up with, eating that much meat is not good for you. Eating that much, do you put, I mean, I could mention 1,000 things here, y'all. Like, I get it. If someone just says that, you can come up with any kind of response you want. I don't think it needs a response, but that's my personal opinion. But you could say something like, thank you so much for your feedback, and then smile and don't say anything else. You don't need to justify it, but you do need to have a response. Okay. I don't want you to go into these social situations with your Aunt Bertha, who's been a jerk since you were a kid, and they want to say something. You need to have the response ready in your brain. This will help with your anxiety. When Aunt Bertha goes, oh my God, you look terrible. Do you have cancer? You can say, thanks, Aunt Bertha, for your feedback, and smile. Or don't say anything else. Say, oh, well, thank you. So, but you need to have that ready. That's really going to help with your anxiety. And those are my pieces of advice from someone who's walked that. People like love to talk about that.
Like on TikTok, when he said, thank you, Diane. That's a really great point. that TikTok video, I don't know. Thank you, Diane. That's a really great point. But you need to understand that this is a reflection on how they feel about themselves. It really has nothing to do with you. So try to remember that they are, that's their low self-confidence talking when they say bull crap to you.
Yeah. And that is really hard, because if you get caught off guard in a social situation, at your husband's work party, at your spouse's Christmas party, at, church, after church, nosy Betty grabs you and wants to say something, you need to have a response ready. So rebels, if this causes you anxiety, get your 2 responses ready and have them memorized. And you don't need to say anything else. You really don't need to justify it, but we don't expect everyone to be like Cristy and myself. Not everyone's going to be.
Yeah, you can have faith in, look, I mean, you can have faith in the fact that over 50,000 people have come through Code Red, and people have lost weight and healed themselves and gotten off medication, and you're feeling great too. You've got to feel very confident in that fact. We've got your back. Nothing's going to happen to you. It's the proper human diet of real food, water, and sleep. This is not a shake or a pill. This is not something that's detrimental. No matter what people say to you, you've got to stand firm on that you are in a program that is rooted in science, and it is the proper human diet. So no matter how much people try to shake your confidence, you've just got to come back to me, hang tight to us, let us link arms with you. And your confidence is going to get stronger, and you're going to be able to get stronger in your responses as things go on. But you can do this. You can get through these situations. Yeah.
So if you have anxiety, my suggestions are, reach out to, if you're in a challenge, reach out to the page and just talk about it. Talk about your anxiety. If you're on a custom program page, if you're in the maintenance page, if you are joining us again, if you are on our Code Red lifestyle page, where, we have an ability to comment on Facebook, reach out and let other people tell you that you're not alone. Right. That's a huge thing. Just understanding that you're not alone is huge for getting past anxiety. Don't let it become something that is a monster that follows you around. Face it head on and decide that you're going to get some help with it. And know that it's normal. let us help you. And you can face these anxieties. These anxieties, again, totally normal, rebels, to be going through this. Can we just not go to that birthday party? There's going to be white cake, and I can't deal with white cake. Now, Cristy doesn't have this problem like Carrie Thompson does. I think that white cake is the bomb. Is it good for me? No, but I think it's wonderful. If you take me to a wedding, I'm going to be staring at that wedding cake the whole time. Like, can we just cut it? So I want you to know I have anxiety around certain food groups. I really do. Certain food groups cause me anxiety. What happens when you go to the Mexican restaurant and they put the chips and salsa out? You need to have a plan. And let me just say, I know Cristy's wanting to wrap it up here because sometimes I can go on and on, is that we have so many more tools available to rebels than we did when I was coming through, because of course we were babies, we were a baby program. So there are YouTube videos, there are podcasts, there are blog posts, there are digital learning video series that you can that will help you with these issues. So thank you to Cristy for creating a way for you to have your anxiety, but also get the help you need.
Yeah, that's perfect. And don't forget that a lot of people say bull crap to you, and that's a reflection on how they feel about themselves. It really has nothing to do with you. Amen. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. We always appreciate you logging in and listening and downloading and sharing this. We love you all, and we'll see you guys on the next 10-pound takedown. We have them every month. So if you missed that last month's, there's always one starting next month, and that's the best place to get started with us. Dip your toe into the lifestyle and figure out if it's for you. Of course, the proper human diet of real food, water, and sleep is for everybody, but you've got to believe it and let me convince that. So spend 30 days with me and I'll convince you that this is the right way to go. All right, you guys have a good one. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Rebel Weight Loss and Lifestyle. If you're not subscribed already, please be sure to do that right now. And if you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you could do me a quick favor and rate and review this podcast. That would be just so helpful. Speaking of help, let me know if I can help you. Go to coderedlifestyle.com, check out my programs, and see what we can do for you. Until next time, Rebel on.